if everybody could, at this very moment, welcome to the stage, Paramore! Good afternoon. Hi. Yeah, wait for a picture, everybody. We're in a picture. Yeah. And how are you all doing this lovely day?
Thank you for the umbrellas, but they should get umbrellas too. Yeah, it's unfair. It's really not fair.
Is this thing on?
Yes.
Who wants an umbrella? Say yeah. Sorry. I think we only have two.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. What? And my mic is so loud every time, like feeding back. That's good.
Your voice is just powerful, that's
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's always been.
Yeah.
I can talk quiet. I think I want to answer everything like this.
Don't be quiet when you answer these questions. I got some people that have some good questions to ask you all. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Yeah, but where are you? Cause
I'm right here in the middle.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hi.
I was looking at the sea. You sounded like you were in like a weird island out there.
Yeah, you know.
But you guess it's kind of hard.
I'm just floating around.
All good.
Here, come on up. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Juliana. I'm from Argentina.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Before I want to say that version of Crush Crush Crash last night was insane.
All good.
That was the first song that I learned 10 years ago. Was my first Paramore love. So thank you for last night. My question.
Oh, I thought that was the question.
No.
The answer is thank you.
Starts like this. We all enjoy Zach's Instagram's pictures. Hashtag Zach's film. I'm sure you guys tried different foods and learned from the places you visited during tour. What was the best culture experience from the After Laughter tours?
From the past year.
Yeah.
Go. What was your favorite cultural experience in the last year when we traveled to all these different places? Did you have one in particular?
Well, it wasn't food.
Loaded question.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from a lot of different
Everywhere.
places.
I think for me, my voice is so loud. Wow. I think for me, it wasn't food, and I'm sorry. It was getting to play tennis all over the world. And I lost almost every game, all good. But we got to play on the rooftop in Mexico City. We got to play in Hungary, in the Czech Republic, and in England. So that was really, it's like something that I get to do at home. It makes me feel peaceful, and I did it everywhere in the world. Even though I lost, I won at being able to do it.
You did.
Amen.
That was. It's true. You did.
Do you really want to know what kind of food we liked?
I can talk about food forever.
Yeah, you do.
Hey.
Well, you're vegan.
I think for me, I get so stressed out on tour because I'm such a homebody. So I love going everywhere, but New Zealand is always. Yeah. I feel like that's where I can I just feel at peace. But there you go. Feeling at peace on this boat too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the last year, a lot of us started eating vegan food. Nice. The vegans are out in full force today. So for me, the last year, it's kind of made me get out a lot more because I tend to just stick close to, one area, maybe the hotel or the venue, and I don't venture out a whole lot, except for this year I did. And Justin and I would go find vegan food all over the place. We had incredible vegan food in Argentina, which was so cool. And especially when you don't speak the same language, to find something that is new and exciting, and you kind of there's a language barrier and there's this incredible food, and it just makes the experience so. It's just very cool. It's been very rad to like meet people because of food, and so which is my favorite thing. But yeah, so Argentina was a very memorable experience. Also Montreal, we had vegan sushi, and it was good.
I love everything about vegan. You have to say the word vegan first.
You do. You have to say it. Like,
What did you have? Vegan pizza. Okay.
you have to.
You could just say pizza. No, but I'm a vegan. I ate vegan pizza. Okay.
But yeah, it's been a good year. Gone to a lot of places. Thank you for that.
I'm going on a vegan boat because I'm vegan. Any other
wow.
vegan questions?
Is that vegan?
Hey, is this pina colada vegan?
Yes, it absolutely
Okay.
is.
Well, I'm not vegan, so I won't drink it. Psych, I will.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi! Hi! Oh my god! I feel like you're so far away from me. Wow. Okay.
We're in your heart.
We are.
Yes, you are. Oh, I love you so much. Okay. I'm Aaliyah. I'm from Colorado. I'm gonna cry. Okay. How much were you laughing at all of us with the after laughter teases before it was announced? And what does PT Cruiser mean?
Yeah. Taylor. Wait, what is the first part of the question?
How much did we laugh?
Like
About
when we
what?
tease them, remember like the face that we posted a million times and all
the most real photo of you ever.
yeah, it was realistic.
That
of
was
me.
more real than any photos I've taken on film. I don't know who drew that, but they have a gift. That photo, right, with your smile.
Yeah, we laughed a lot.
Yeah, I almost
Yeah,
put my pants.
I think me and Zach have always kind of had this. A long time ago, when we recorded Brand New Eyes, our friend Brandon, who would take pictures and stuff, he would always get rental cars, and he was like, "This is the best opportunity to get something I would never drive," and so he started getting PT Cruisers, and me and Zach fell so deeply in love with PT Cruisers, and so it was kind of a theme on this record. It was a lot of PT Cruisers. They gave me a PT Cruiser book at the end of recording, and
You got a model PT Cruiser as well.
I did. I put it
I own a
together.
PT Cruiser.
You sure do.
Zach owns one. He
I was
drives
so
one.
sick of not having one.
But it was this thing where they used it, so people didn't know it was a Paramore record, like if it went to Target or something. So they called it PT Cruiser, but they accidentally made the labels also PT Cruiser, which we loved.
I think they
We
did it on
love it.
purpose.
Honestly, it was my favorite thing about release week, if I'm being honest. Oh, also, today I was watching there's 2 music video channels, and one of them has all the After Laughter influences, and there's a song called You Dropped a Bomb on Me. It's an oldie. And I remembered us.
That calls them.
It summons the PT Cruisers. That's why it's on the playlist, because in LA, when we finished the record, we would put it on, and anytime.
Carlos showed it to us.
Yeah, and all the PT Cruisers.
Every time we put that song on, we would see one.
We would see more than one on occasion.
I bet if you played it right now, one would just drop from the sky.
Yeah,
Man,
so
can you imagine just crane brings big black PT Cruiser?
it
right
comes
in the
up
middle?
from the water like a whale.
I would drive it around.
So that's what PT Cruiser is. I mean, honestly, it was meant to hide our album, like T said, but I think it just shone it even brighter.
Good question.
Thank you.
I love you. Thank you.
We love you too.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Courtney and I'm from Sydney, Australia.
Okay. Hello, mate.
Hey, mate. It's all
How you
good.
going?
So my question is, if you were to wake up and have suddenly become high school teachers, what subject would you teach and why? Because the second I get off this boat, I'm literally graduating as a high school teacher. So,
Amazing. What are you gonna teach?
geography and religion.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Good luck.
We all had very interesting high school experiences, most of which was spent with you guys.
You were our teachers.
Homeschooling on the road.
Yeah, I
don't know
dropped
how
out.
I graduated. But I don't have a funny answer. I'd like if I did, but I don't. I would do music. I'd teach music. I feel when I was in elementary school, my music teacher was a big part of why I loved music, to like feel encouraged in that. And I feel
You could teach Latin. You did all my homework.
I definitely did Zach's Latin homework for him.
I wouldn't teach that.
How do you? What do I? And we just wanted to hang out, so he goes, let me do it for you.
Yeah. Get it done so we could go eat Twizzlers.
No, there were red vines back then. We only ate red vines. There's these big
That was
boxes.
one time. That was one time your mom
Never again.
stuffed up.
Yeah, she got the biggest box of red vines I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was so cute
Still
and
haven't
so
seen
wrong.
one, though. It was wrong, but it was fun.
They look like Twizzlers, but they ain't.
did. They're imposters. If I woke up and I was a teacher, I'd be scared because it's different to be in front of a class than it is to be on a stage singing for people. It's like much more, I would feel much more exposed, I think. Especially teaching something that's like about, these are the answers, you know. I don't know if I could teach anything that had concrete answers, and maybe I would teach a debate class or talk about philosophy or talk about, I don't know, creative writing. I would love to do that. I had a cool creative writing teacher that I hated at the time because I just turned in Paramore lyrics as my assignments, and he just didn't love it every time, and so I felt offended. But he was really cool, and I loved being assigned to like write about, you know, anything from my perspective or write about this thing, you know, this one specific thing from my perspective. So yeah, it would just have to be something that wasn't about, you know, A plus B equals C. It would have to be a little bit more fluid, I think. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Lady Bird? You know the drama teacher? I want to be him. He's so cute. Next. I'm sorry, just kidding. I just wanted to say that. I love Australia, by the way. One love.
Thank you so much.
See you. Good luck being a teacher, too.
Yes, good luck.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Kelsey, I'm from Michigan. So my question for you is, what's your favorite thing to do after tour other than sleep?
Other than sleep, well, I mean, for me, I go home and still work a little bit, like on Good Die Young. So Brian and I work a lot, and I go by sometimes I go by the office, sometimes I just do it from emails, but sometimes I think I hate it because I'm so busy and I just want to do nothing for a day, but I really like it, and I really like having a purpose when we're home that isn't really musical, it's still expressive, but I like that. I think it kind of keeps me sane. I'm starting to realize that it keeps me sane even when it makes me crazy. But yeah, I like to do that, and then I like to hang out with these guys. It's pretty much whatever we do. I don't really care what it is. Oh,
I like to play pool, not the song, but the game. That's what I like.
I'm a vegan. Sorry, I'm not making fun of you guys, I just am. Yeah, I like playing tennis and hanging with my friends. I like going to my little brother's house to see his cute baby, Indigo, because it makes me feel like I have a baby, but I didn't have to have a wife or a baby to have it. And I just get to enjoy it until it starts screaming and pooping, and then I get to just be an uncle and then go play tennis. So, Indigo is my favorite part about being home.
Made me cry.
Let's pray.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, my name is Morgan, but most of you probably know me as Willow. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. And my question is, sorry, feedback.
Happens to the best of us.
My question is, it's a three-part question about the Fake Happy music video for all three of you.
Okay.
So for Zach, how did you come up with the concept behind the Fake Happy music video? And why did you choose to use film over digital as a medium? Because I'm an independent filmmaker, so I was really curious. And for Haley, was there any pressure for you personally because you're the only one in the video? And for Taylor, were you relieved that you didn't have to be in the video? That's it. That's the question.
Rhetorical. Yeah. You want me to start?
Yeah, go.
That was, great question. I didn't have a treatment, and Haley, we were in a meeting with our manager, and she goes, Zach has a treatment. And I was like, no, I don't.
Manifested it.
No,
It's
I don't.
reality.
And then we had talked about it. I forgot that we had talked about Haley walking around, and I was like, I just think that film, it's why I only shoot film on my cameras at 35 millimeter or 8 millimeter, because I love retro stuff, sue me. I think it looks like a funner time than we live in it. But I love living now, but having those tools, you know. And I just think there's some magic with film. It has this energy in it, and it has this thing you can't recreate with digital stuff. No offense, buddy. It's something so simple as Haley walking. It needed to have some extra element, and I think film was the only thing to do that. And then I had the idea to just put the little smiley faces on people so you couldn't tell who they were, because that was in New York, and that would be a lot of waivers to sign. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to Haley. I hope that answered your question. God bless.
I think if we had done this video or tried to do this video years ago or on another album, I wouldn't have done it, because I get very triggered by the idea of things being about me with the band, you know. I'm coming into it a little bit more in other parts of my life and trying to own, you know, my space, but this video was important, you know, because the song was important to the album, and we knew we had to make it, and we wanted it to be simple. We didn't want it to be crazy, and it kind of just felt like, let's just kind of do what the song is, and I don't, sometimes things happen without you planning them, and then it's more special because of that, and that happens a lot with Paramore. We try to plan stuff sometimes, and it doesn't really pan out. The things that we let happen naturally are better for us, and it was weird. We found this suit at our friend's store in Nashville. They have a store called Wilder that just sells really beautiful things, a lot of stuff for the home or, you know, your body. Or anyway, I really wanted to wear it, and I didn't have anything to wear it to. And we decided to do it for this video, and I realized halfway through shooting it that I would never wear something like that for anything, because I don't want people to, I like to wear weird stuff, but that was like, you could not see it from 1,000 miles away, and being in New York and everyone's kind of like on their business route wearing their suits. And I kind of thought, like, this outfit and what we're doing is what the song is. It's me pretending like I'm okay with everyone looking at me all the time, when inside I feel like a nervous wreck all day long. And I'm just gonna get through it. We're just gonna do it, and I love how it turned out. I feel very proud that I did something by myself for Paramore and didn't feel shame for it, you know? So it was good exercise.
I was very proud of you too, and
Thanks.
very relieved for myself. Yes, I was very relieved.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hi. Hi. I'm Blair. I'm from San Francisco. So I'm so glad I could talk to you guys, because I lost my voice this morning from being in the sing-along until like where I am. So I'm glad I got that back to ask you this question. So each of you guys is so uniquely talented, and when it comes to your fellow band members, what's one strength you think each of them brings to the table that makes Paramore what it is today?
Take a while.
Yeah.
How many drinks have you had, Haley?
None.
One?
This is
This will
truly
be
my
pretty
first
short.
of the day. We're doing good.
Good.
But it was special. So
What?
this is a special time with
It is.
these folks celebrating.
I'm gonna start.
Yeah, please go. I can't do it first.
I think having Zach back has been like the best thing for us ever.
Yes.
Because I live in my head so much, and I constantly am looking forward and trying to figure out where we're going or like what could go wrong, and I get like really stressed out, but Zach is always so present and is able to like have fun and see the good in things, and which really I think levels me and Haley out a lot, you know. And even like when we do interviews or something, if it's just me and Haley, sometimes it's like really serious. And when Zach's come back, it's kind of brought life and some fun back into it. I don't really have an answer for Haley. He doesn't have a lot of strengths. But
Shit
you know,
voice.
I didn't have to be in the video, so that. No, I think Haley's just an incredible leader and super talented, and I think that she's got like, she also is very like cerebral, and I think kind tackles a different set of things than I do. I feel like I could talk about it. I don't really know how to give you a short answer, but there you go.
That was Matt. Thank you.
Oh man.
Good answer.
This is a deep question, honestly. I feel like I should have had some more drinks. So, to echo what Taylor said, it's been really good that Zach came back when he did, because I feel like it's easier to do the compare and contrast thing when talking about the three of us, because I think we perceive each other so much in comparison to what we think are our own weaknesses, you know. Zach came back when I really wanted to be done with music. I just kind of whatever, you know. And Taylor was in the middle of sort of helping revive me and bring me back to a place where I could believe in my own self and the band, and then here came Zach into the studio, and we got to play together again. And because I was kind of disconnected at the time, in a weird way, being able to be in a room with these two, just like we did when we were kids, was like, it wasn't about anything that happened outside of that room. It was just about what was happening there, and watching him play just took me back to being like a 13-year-old kid, 12-year, I don't know how old we were, watching him and knowing that he was the best drummer in the world, like at that age, you know. And he's still, I mean, he just becomes more talented all the time, but
Travis Barker, come on.
I think that I think that I just needed to
Carter Bielford.
I needed his friendship back, and to me, he's good at being a friend. He's just a great friend, and always was. That's why it was devastating when we spent so much time apart, and it was so life-giving when we all came back together, because Zach's a great friend to everyone. He really is. He's just a good guy, good fella, and I needed that. And I mean, I know I talked about Taylor nonstop on the last cruise. I mean, that's because he was literally, I felt like there were days like I was just like a dead puppet, and he was like helping me look alive. And you know, Taylor, I say this to everyone all the time about him. He doesn't say anything that he doesn't mean. And I went through a long period of my life where I said a lot of things I didn't mean, and I faked my way through a lot of things just because I wanted so bad to be strong. I wanted so bad to be like the tough guy. And I think it's really nice to have a mirror and one of your friends that can say, this is who you actually are. You don't have to be tough. You can be soft, and you can be broken, and you can be where you're at and own those feelings. And I've needed that so bad through the last few years, and now here we are, like the three of us being like pulling all these strengths together has been so nice because we each give each other a part of ourselves back that would be completely dead and missing if we each left each other's lives, you know? So it's been good. I feel like I've really, truly been brought back to my place being here.
I'm gonna go back. I think that I'm gonna go back to my answer. Is I think what Haley brings is our voice. Like, I think me and Zach fail with words a lot, and then she'll say stuff like that, and I'm like, how do you talk so well? But no, I think she's does such an amazing job at when it's even hard for her to be the front of everything, but to still communicate and inspire and to be loving and to be gracious. And you know, that's me and Zach's heart, but we're not great at communicating like she is, so we're just thankful to have her voice.
Well, that's what I was actually gonna say.
Really?
Stop clapping so I can talk, thank you. I'm serious now, stop laughing. Wow, this is a tough question to answer because it's easy to say something funny like I just did, but it's harder to say something meaningful. And I hide behind funniness a lot because it's easy, but what's not funny is how, well, it's just what's amazing about these two, I feel like I'm gonna cry, is I didn't think I was gonna cry in this boat, but I might. All good. I left the band and I needed to find myself outside of my friends and my family. I have a really beautiful family, but we're really screwed up. I don't know if yours is like that at all. They're human, so they probably are a little bit. But mine is interesting, and we love each other a lot, but we hurt each other even more. And how real do you want this answer to be?
Keep going, man. Just keep going.
All good. I came back to this band and I set aside musical talents and talents in general. I came back to my family and they're so nice about me being myself and stuff, but I'm only this way because I feel comfortable with my family. And this doesn't happen in life. Like having friends like this that you can leave and come back and you can experience stuff and want to try things and you're only encouraged and you're only loved on. I mean, that doesn't happen. So I didn't come back to a band, I got my family back. So yeah. That's their strength, is unconditional love.
Great question.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, Paramore. I'm Victor from Chicago. My question is, if you could instantly learn a foreign language, which country would you like to visit?
Can you say it one more time?
Excuse me, what?
If you could instantly learn a foreign language, which country
I'm gonna start
would
with
you like
English
to
because
visit?
I can't even understand that.
So, if you could instantly learn a foreign language, which country would you like to visit?
Korean, so I could go to South Korea and just go to all the cool skin and hair places and just be a slob that only goes to spas every day. I just love their culture. I went through a season where I watched tons of Korean soap operas, and they're so good. They're such incredible actors and so dramatic. So if you like romantic comedies or just dramas, get into some Korean soap operas. But I didn't understand, I mean, there's subtitles, but I just love it. It's so expressive, and I mean, I feel the same way about like Japanese. I would love to speak Japanese too, but I just, yeah, that side of the world, the whole side of the world is amazing to me. Yeah, I want to learn all of Asia.
I would probably learn Icelandic so I could go there. I love so much music from Iceland, and that country is so beautiful, and it would be nice to not be the American that expects everyone to know how to talk to them like my whole life, so I could pretend like I fit in.
You probably just learn a couple of Sigur Rós lyrics, get by.
Some of them aren't even Icelandic. anymore?
I always feel like such a tool when I go to France, because I talk and I sound like, "Hey buddy, what's up?" And then they talk and it's like very beautiful and smooth, and then I feel like my voice is like nails on a chalkboard, all good. So I'd like to learn Spanish. Don't ask me how I got to that.
You want to learn Spanish to go to
Yeah,
France.
because I mean, if you just really, Americans need to learn a different language than English.
It's true.
We're just, and I'm preaching to myself, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm too busy to even
Taylor did
live.
your Latin. You didn't even do your Latin.
Latin was the spike in my ass. But so, am I allowed to say that word on this stage?
You can say any word you want to
My
say.
mom says it's okay, so I'm good. But yeah, it'd be good to like go to a restaurant and order in Spanish. That's the only reason.
Good question.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Japanese.
Hey!
I love Japan.
We can go there together and order all the food.
Perfect. All the sushi, all the sake, all the good
Yes.
stuff. Yep. Thank you.
Down.
Good question. Come on up. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, I'm Kelsey. I live in Birmingham, Alabama.
Roll Tide.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
They said
sorry.
they're excited.
Yes.
Yay. So my question is, if there was a movie made about Paramore, who would you want to play you or your bandmates?
I feel like this can go bad. Like this could be offensive or super flattering and also in an offensive way. Oh man. What era? Do you have a particular?
Any era, really.
Any era. Like just a
kinda
full
open question.
biopic, the whole life.
Yeah, sure.
John Goodman's the first one that comes to my mind for me. So I'm just gonna stick with that.
I always thought that, is it Sam from Freaks and Geeks? The young brother? I always thought that looked like T when I met him. So if there was like a young version of us, I would hope that he could be in it, because then I would just be like, it would become true. I've just thought that. Let's see, Zach.
You better not pick mine for myself. Well,
There's two that I have for you,
Yeah.
but one has blonde hair and it's not really right, and then they've got to be both the ones that you're thinking of.
no.
It's not?
You go ahead.
It's not two different Wes Anderson people. Jason Schwartzman looks just like Zach. I mean, has always, or maybe Zach has looked like him rather. When we weren't hanging out for
He's
so
always
long.
looked like Zach.
He's
so funny.
always looked like Zach.
Ever since he was born before me.
Like when we weren't hanging out a lot, I feel like I don't know why, but I watched so many Wes Anderson movies, and I could never get away from Zach's face, just Jason Schwartzman. But also,
That schnoz.
but also strangely, it makes no sense, but it does, especially if you've had just a conversation with Zach, just like a regular, like bumping it. Owen Wilson sometimes.
Oh, thank God.
He is, and me and Taylor went to Owen Wilson's house one time. This is not a brag.
Wow. Have you seen Owen Wilson doing wow on YouTube? Wow.
Zach, we weren't going to visit him. We were going to work because we were trying to meet producers.
We're not that cool.
We're not that cool, but we did end up at
handle
Owen
the story.
Wilson's house once, and he was wearing boxers.
He's wearing a tracksuit.
Oh, he's wearing a tracksuit. He was high as a kite. He was cooking himself a nice
Throwing
little
him right under the
snack.
bus, aren't you?
I am. He's living his best life.
No privacy these days.
No privacy.
I quit the band and you go on a boat and meet Owen Wilson.
But I remember, he just reminds me of Zach so much. I can't separate it, even though you're not blonde. But
Yeah. Okay, are you done? What about yourself?
it's because I started to have some sips.
Yeah,
I just
I know.
won't talk
You
further.
actually had a sip. I don't know if this is are you done?
I'm done.
Oh, good. I don't know if this is possible, but in the movie that I would make, or I don't know what you would play, I wish this could happen, but we would all be Will Smith. And it would be called I Am Paramore. I'm making this up right now. New treatment, shot on film.
Here we go.
But yeah,
Don't
if
tell Mark.
Will Smith could just triple himself. It makes no
Sounds like a
sense,
good
but it
one.
makes all the sense.
Does he wear wigs or is it just him as
No,
him?
just him.
I had a similar idea, but with all of y'all being played by Bill Murray.
There you go.
Love
That's cute. I can't wait to see him as me.
Man, we should clap for Bill Murray right now.
Please.
Yes, absolutely. It's a legend.
Steve Aquatic.
Who's Haley?
Oh,
Will Smith.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I don't have one for me. I don't have one for me. Maybe
Oh, like a-
Little Miss Sunshine. But she has to go back to being that age and have that hair again. That'll be me.
I can see that.
Yeah, me too.
If I was John Goodman and then you were like Cindy Lou Who, but at that age.
Taylor Momsen as Cindy Lou Who as me.
Oh, that's who that is. Yeah. Yeah, back
I
then.
like this idea. This is coming together.
Also, Chewbacca would be good for me. Because he doesn't really speak anything. Right?
Yeah.
He's comforting. Brian could be Brittany. Brittany could be Brian even. All right, Brian, you're in the movie.
Brittany.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks a lot.
Good question.
There's Bill Murray's in the crowd right now.
Yeah, shout out Team Zizou right here.
Yeah, Team
representing.
ZC's here. Deep search. They're on a deep search.
They know it. Not Jacqueline. You don't like her. What's your name? Where are you from?
Whoa.
It's all right. Don't worry. It won't hurt. Just keep talking. It's cool.
I'm Claire from Franklin, Massachusetts.
Oh, that's what our song's about.
I also drive a PT Cruiser.
Stop. You win.
Dang.
Should we ask you a
All my friends make fun of
question?
me for it, so like I really appreciate
No, that's a badge of honor.
Okay, so my question. If you were to make another music video that continues to tell the story of any previous music video you've done, which video would you choose to continue?
Pressure.
Pressure for sure. We gotta know what
It
happens.
makes the most sense.
We need to know what happens after the pipes burst.
I just need to get a part of that one, man.
Like, do we dry off? Do we towel off and walk out unscathed?
I don't know.
Well, that shower made everybody look a little different on stage, didn't it?
It did. I looked like a little wet rat.
No, I mean, after the video, the people look completely different,
Yes, you're right.
you know?
This Rose-Colored Boy is the continuation of Pressure.
Yeah.
I really want to. Well, we really liked working with Warren Fu on Rose-Colored Boy. He's so brilliant and just really talented, and it worked well with us. Because you know, it's not an easy thing to just be, you're a band and then suddenly you're supposed to be actors and kind of like do the thing. But he was great to work with, so I would just like to keep doing, even if it wasn't that exact storyline, like maybe he could do a spin-off.
Yeah, that was fun.
He was so fun to work with. You have one?
No.
Do you have one?
Do it.
It was Pressure.
Is it everybody answers it, or?
I-
I've never
I mean,
done
I-
one of these, so I don't know.
I think I'd be lying if I said any other video other than Rose Colored Boy. I'd be trying to say something to get some woos in the crowd. Like everyone, like, I like that exactly. Everything that we say, I feel like someone has like, I guess no one else did a woo, so I'm gonna do one. It's good. So yeah,
Rose-Colored Boy?
same.
Yeah. That was fun.
I mean, I guess you could keep walking through New York.
We could go
But
to
that would be
other
pretty
places.
boring.
Yeah, we could maybe
Find a different neighborhood.
go to Jersey. Just
Yeah. Get a sub. Jersey Mike's sub.
take the subway.
Get a
Get
really
a bagel. Get a bagel at that place by the
Oh,
studio.
yeah.
We shot an album. We recorded an album in
We
Jersey.
shot an album called Riot in
So-
New Jersey. It's on film.
So yeah, we could go back to there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we got it.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Hi. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. So my question for you guys is, what were your AIM Instant Messenger screen names when you were younger?
Damn it.
Now
Taylor made mine. It was THA, Zack Attack.
It was. It truly was.
The Zack Attack.
And he said, Yeah, that's a great idea.
Well, I didn't know what I was signing up for. I was like, sure, let's do it. What is it?
We spend so much time around your computer at your house just talking.
I mainly just sat behind you. We just sat behind people talking to other people.
Yeah. We just watched Josh talk to people.
We did watch Josh, because I literally only talked to you guys and waited for Josh to talk to me on Instant Messenger, which didn't happen, but you guys talked to me. That's why we're
A couple
in a
of
band.
trolls sitting around a black computer is so weird when you think about it.
Those were dark days. I had a bunch of them, but I don't remember what my first one was. Do you guys remember my first one? I think it was Happy Clappy 321. Sounds about right. Then
Everybody's gonna change their Instagram names to that now.
Yeah, and then I started listening to all these different bands and changed my username all the time to lyrics and stuff, but Happy Clappy was my true purest self.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like I always would change mine because I.
You always had my favorite one.
I always had insane ones. Maybe my worst one. I thought about it when Taylor from Local Natives, he was playing an SG, and I took me back because I wanted. Josh had a Les Paul, and I was like, well, I guess I can't get that now. So I was like, I'm gonna get an SG, and I became obsessed with them, and I was like, okay, I want people to know that I like music, and I like SG, so I went with Flippin' SG.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is sick.
That was so real.
I like, this is funny and cool.
It was.
It wasn't.
It's cooler
either.
now.
Taylor would sign on and be like, door would open, and 5 seconds later, he'd be like, hey, what are you listening to? And I'd say what I was listening to, what are you listening to? And he'd say something cool. And then hours would go by, and no one would
And
say
then
anything.
I just hear.
That was what was so funny. When you would get on, just remember this now, you would get on, and we had so many names at this point that I'd be like, no, I didn't want that name. So I'd close out, and then open another one, close out, and I'd be like, and then found my one, that I really wanted to be. You remember that? I would see you guys sign on. Oh, nope, not that one. Oh, yep, whoops.
Yeah, because Happy Clappy just became straight up embarrassing. I was like, I can't be on this. I can't
immediately
sign into this
removed.
one. Yeah. Oh man, thanks for that trip down memory lane. Hey, do you have
great.
one?
Mine was I Love Ricky Martin, girl.
You just won.
Straight to the point.
You won.
Own it. It's
Don't
all right.
hide what you love.
Oh my god.
It's actually still the email that I used today. and I'm
Stop.
I'm gonna email
you
it.
won.
Is it at AOL?
Yeah.
We're all
No,
gonna
it's
email
not.
you.
Well, it's ILRM, girl. Not that anyone needs to know, but
Now everybody knows
I'm
it. It's
so
cool.
proud
That's
of you.
incredible.
I remember when the dial-up was going, and Taylor and I would be like, man, who are we gonna talk to? We had to wait for internet. You know what I mean? We had conversations while the internet
You
was
remember
trying to work.
the away message was so passive aggressive too. It was like you're just leaving a song lyric that you're like, ooh, they're gonna see this.
You were
and
one of the
go
only
to that.
people that actually did cool song lyrics.
Oh, I did cool song lyrics because I wanted you all to know how cool I was.
It was cool.
How stupid is it? Leave a lyric.
Fading away into the
just, where are you?
while you
Where
follow
are
me
you?
blind. Coffin.
Those are really
Like,
cool
oh, well,
lyrics.
hey,
Those are
listen
cool.
to something cool.
Mine were always like, BRB, pooping.
Good question.
Thank you so much.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, my name is Shay. I'm from Washington, D.C.
Nice.
If you ever want to tour our monuments, museums, or march with the women, please stay with me and my fiance, Michelle.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Wow, that's so cool.
Super cool.
No thanks.
Stop, Zach.
I'm just kidding.
Don't listen.
I would love to. I want to go on a women's march. I don't know about the monuments. I don't really care about that.
We've got some other cool marches too.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, my question is a tour question. So do you have any habits, traditions, superstitions that you can't help but do while on tour?
Let's see. Which ones do we say? Which ones do we not? Well, okay, first of all, we've probably, I don't know if we've said this before, and this isn't to prove a point or anything, but we've literally we always pray before the show. we huddle together, all 7 of us, and sometimes people like that are in the room with us, and we just sort of pray that, you know, whatever needs to happen happens, and people get what they need from the show, and that we get what we need from the show. It's, I don't know, we've never not done it. Are you okay?
Yeah, the boat's rocking.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's one thing that we've always done. But one thing that I like, and this isn't necessarily a tradition, but I'll say because a lot has changed in the last year on the road, and the way that we live on the road feels so differently, and it still gets lonely, and you still miss home a lot and all that. But even with that, I feel like a lot of our crew's been with us for, you know, a decade, some of them, and some of them are new, but it feels like, but it's such a family, and we just hang out and we talk and we live life together. And even when we're back home in Nashville, a lot of our family lives there too, and we hang there, and it makes touring the world so much more special, because you have, again, back to like the mirror, we all can mirror each other and talk to one another about like real stuff, because man, sometimes the show is hard. I mean, you guys actually help make the show so cool, because there are days that we're just tired, or you know, you might miss your house or something. But I think something that isn't necessarily tradition, but it's become part of our ethos, is just to have family close and have community with the people that we're around. It makes touring the best.
I don't have a lot of like traditions, or we've been asked questions that are similar to this, and I think that we just like panic because we're like so boring. We are so boring on the road. So the only thing that's consistent is eating and sleeping and
vegan.
And Zach being funny.
You said superstitious, and I started laughing because have you seen The Office? And he goes, "I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious." So on tour, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you for the invite, by the way.
Great question. Hi,
there she is.
Yes.
Oh, they know you. What's your name? Where are you from?
Eurydice from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, girl. And by the way, I don't know if I even knew where you're from, because you are everywhere.
Yes.
Every show. All the time. It's great.
I always smile when I see you. You make me smile.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I like your laugh too. Can you laugh again? Just kidding. That's so hard. It's so hard to like. So different than like smile again. Hey, laugh again. Okay.
Okay, so we all know that y'all put on great concerts, but what was one of y'all's favorite concerts you've attended, and what made it so memorable for you?
In life or like this year?
In life.
Okay, wow.
Well, there's a lot of them, but I'll say this one because it kind of circles back around to this cruise. But a few years ago, me and my brother and sister-in-law went and saw local natives at the Ryman in Nashville. And yeah, seeing them last night, it brought me back, but it was one of the most, because it was not about production or this big show. It was like just these people that are so sickly talented, and I left so inspired. Like, I'm so grateful they're here, but I wasn't crying, that just something happened. But yeah, that's up there.
It was insane. I was mad that I never saw them before last night. It was so good.
So good.
I feel like I've seen some really cool shows. I feel super lucky. Even when we play festivals, we get to see, like, you know, last year we saw Phoenix in Mexico, and it was so, I felt just like I was in another dimension. It was beautiful. But growing up, I saw some cool shows, but I will say that nothing tops last year when we took a road trip to see Radiohead in Atlanta. It changed my whole life. It changed the way that I want to be a singer. It changed the way that I want to perform. And you know, I don't think there's anyone that might ever touch how cool Radiohead are, but I listened to them so much as a teenager, and then I just stopped for a while. And I had to like tell the guys, like, man, I'm sorry. I just fell off. And I'm so thankful we went to this show, because I still think about it like it was yesterday. It was like seeing, the way that I describe it is, it was like seeing a secret. And they were up on this stage doing something that was so special to them, and so like the music was so intentional and yet wild at the same time. And what they do, they can only really do. And I felt like I was watching such an intimate moment, and I felt so excited and blessed to witness it, you know? And I've never felt like that at a show. I love to be entertained, sure, and I love seeing talent, but it was just like, I mean, I can't wait to see them again. It was the best, and it was so fun to be with them and all of our friends. It was really special.
I was gonna say Radiohead, but not that show, even though I did go to that show. I was gonna say another one.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't love that, but I wasn't sitting with you. So I gotta think about something else. I think my favorite show I've ever seen in my life, well, it's kind of hard because it's not like my favorite band or anything, but there is this reggae band from Nashville called Island Vibes. It's a restaurant actually, they're just the backing band. And they played at my friend's farm. And I know this sounds funny because most of the things that come out of my mouth don't sound real, but I lost myself in like having fun. And when I look at you guys when we play and you just like look like you don't care about anything else going on besides being there, I felt like that. And that's hard to feel like that when you perform all the time. And so I connected to how you guys feel, I think, a little bit. And it was, yeah, cheer please. And then it was just really, really, really carefree. And I want my life to be more like that.
You got on stage with them and you started playing with them, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't really know what happened.
He was into it, and then
Music
he just
took me away.
was on stage playing.
I helped them set up, and they said, yeah, I'm on, to me. And I felt like accepted, you know? I was like, yes, sir. But what? Yeah, I'm on. What? It was sick. Island Vibes, check them out. I don't think that's their band name, but that's the restaurant in Nashville.
Let's all go.
I've never even been to that restaurant.
We're gonna go when we get home.
Yeah, Mom.
Okay.
Good question.
Thank you. See you soon.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hello.
I'm Elsa from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
My voice is gone.
It's okay.
So this question goes out to Zach. How did you feel before you hit the stage for the first time again as Paramore?
I'm Parahoy or as Paramore?
As Paramore.
Oh, okay. Still don't know if you said Parahoy or Paramore.
Paramore.
Okay,
Our
I'm so
first show
sorry.
back
I just
together.
I'd have to know what I'm answering. Oh, we were in the backstage at the Exit Inn, and in Nashville, vegan Nashville, and I had a dream when I left the band. Taylor called me. I was like, dude, our drummer can't make it. You have to come play the show right now. And I was like, I can't. But I was backstage with an iPod in my ear, and then you fast forward to the Exit Inn, and I looked at my phone, and I was looking at, just making sure I remembered everything, and that dream came true. Only the dream was really, really stressful. The show was it was really remarkable. So I felt scared, but kind of like, oh yeah, I know how to do this, kind of thing. Sorry if that answer is really bad.
No, it's not. It's truth.
Yeah, great answer.
And then I found $20 after the show. So
You danced a lot. We danced a lot before that show.
oh yeah.
It was actually probably my favorite show that's ever happened.
It was cool.
It was cool.
It just felt right. It didn't wait. Did we lose another band member?
You probably had to go pee. He does that when we do Q&As. You look over and he's gone, but you just know that he's peeing.
We didn't tell you we're shooting Fake Happy Part 2, so yeah.
Good question.
Are you
I'm gonna get the cameras. Yeah, I'm gonna get the cameras.
It's just me now.
Alright, see ya.
I have to get comfortable with this. Hey, thank
Have
you
fun.
so much.
You said you're taking steps to being on your own a little bit. I'm just gonna let you try it out. I'll just step off.
No, I hate it. I hate it already. I really loathe it. Look at his shorts. Look at your little shorts and your Victoria's Secret legs.
Don't point me out. Don't point me out. This is your moment. Everybody
not
give it up for
my moment,
Haley on
buddy.
her own. So we have to wait for the next question before Taylor gets back?
It's okay, he'll come back.
No, we can go. We can go. It's cool.
Guys pee fast, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Not me,
Jealous.
sometimes it stings.
Zach.
What?
Hi, your shirt is cool.
Thank you. I did it myself.
You did?
Yes.
We should have made those kinds of. You guys make way cooler merch than we make. I'm just putting it out there.
Can you make about 400 of those?
I don't know.
Right now?
No, not right now because I have a question to ask.
Okay, go
That
ahead.
is really cool.
What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Leticia. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, wow.
So my question for you guys is what is the process of putting together a set list for a show?
It's a long process, full of anxiety. Well, Zach, we were putting together these set lists, and Taylor, so all of us kind of have roles, and Taylor's role is usually like musical director, and he's kind of like helping make sure everyone has their parts.
Taylor York, everybody!
Taylor's here!
Speaking of the devil.
So that's kind of like what happens before we get to rehearsal. Everyone's sort of learning, you know, maybe like new songs that we might be playing or whatever. And then we get there and, you know, for instance, this time, Zach and I sat down with a sheet of paper, and he's so much better at just throwing songs down and not overthinking it. So that's usually the first step, and then I'll go through and I'll like really overthink it and be like, but what story are we telling with this set list? You know, like trying to like make sure it has, I don't know, I just overthink it. But it's a long process because we have 5 albums, so it's like you want to make sure, well, we want to be selfish sometimes and we just want to play everything new, and then also we want to honor the whole journey, and when we're here we just have to do that with you because it's so much fun to reminisce and be nostalgic about where we came from all together. So this one was particularly challenging because there was 2 sets, and the process was longer because it's like we want to make sure that we include something for everybody and still put on a dance party at the end of the night, you know.
The question was how we put a set list together.
Yes.
I just saw the smallest toilet that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Just now?
Yeah.
Can you give us the size of it?
It was like real. It was a real toilet. This tall.
No. It's like my size.
Yeah, it was insane. And anyway.
Is everything all good?
All good.
Everything's all good. Okay.
Have you guys ever seen a toilet that small? So that's normal?
It sounds like a nightmare. / it sounds comforting for my short legs. Okay.
That's how we do it.
That's okay.
Yeah, we have songs, put them on a sheet, play them. And then that's how I see it, and that doesn't work. And then Haley's like, no.
It does work. It actually helps so much. The first 2 sets that we wrote were Zach like jotting down everything, and pretty much all but like a few stayed the same. It's just I get so, I don't know, I overthink everything. But it works out in the end.
Yeah.
It works out.
Great question.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much.
Only a couple more.
Hey.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Courtney, and people still call me Corn, and I'm from Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
Were you singing the other night?
I was.
She definitely was.
Tambourine
Killed it.
girl. Yeah, they got my tambourine over there. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
That's our tambourine.
That was a highlight.
We better
No,
hide
it's my
that.
friend's. Please don't take it. I have to return that.
Oh.
Oh, gotcha.
She's renting it.
All right.
I just think every tambourine's ours. Hey, that's mine.
All right. So you were all in your early teens when All We Know Is Falling was released. What would early teenage you think if they were able to listen to After Laughter, and do you think you would have liked it?
Oh, that's a really tough question to answer. The part of me that listened to music that was written in the 80s, I think would have liked it, but I think at the time we were so concerned with being heavy and being cool, like being cool to the other bands that we liked, and we were young. We'd never written like an album before too, so this was like our first try. and we loved the idea of getting on stage and playing loud, you know, and heavy music. And in fact, I think we were a lot heavier before we wrote All We Know Is Falling. Like, we liked Deftones, and you know, we in Taylor's basement we would play really, like, Conspiracy was the first thing that we wrote, and that was kind of seemed like that was the direction, and then suddenly All We Know Is Falling happened. But I mean, I don't know that we would have liked it. I don't know if we would have been ready for it, you know? Maybe not. I'd like to think that we would, but
My older brothers would have shown it to me. I would have tried
Yeah.
to like it, because they did, but I would have not liked it. It's weird.
I've still never heard it, so no comment.
I feel like what's cool about the last two records, when Taylor wrote the music for Still Into You, the first thing that I thought of was like Oingo Boingo and like a lot of new wave stuff, and then I wrote to it and was really scared of how poppy it sounded, because at first it didn't, to me the music was like, I don't know, I had different ideas. It was just very 80s to me. And I remember thinking like, wow, I can't believe this is us. Like, I would have never thought we could do this or pull this off, or I like would have never liked it. And I felt the same way, like every time I'd listen back to After Laughter, and when he did the vocoder parts for Hard Times, I remember thinking, holy cow, like this is our band. I would have never even dreamed I could love something this much. And I just think sometimes like you can't know who you're gonna be, because that might scare you. You just have to like grow into it, and then you realize how happy and good that is to be, you know, to have gone through all of it and then end up kind of, because we're not done, growing, you know, you keep growing, and I don't know, who knows what music might sound like, what we might look like, or you might look like, you know, like you have pink hair today, and maybe 10 years from now, like, who knows, you know, you never even know. And you might feel more like yourself then than you even feel right now. So that's what's like super hopeful to me about growing as an artist. We can always continue to grow and feel like we've arrived exactly where we're supposed to be at that time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, great answer, Haley Williams. It's like looking at a photo of yourself 10 years ago. I don't really know who that person is anymore. There's like a little bit of me that I recognize. So if I saw a picture of me 10 years from now, I'd probably be like, why do I look like that? So I probably wouldn't get it, but I would accept it. I'd be like, cool, that's what it is. All good. Again, sorry if I'm really bad at these answers. I don't know what I'm doing in my life. I actually need to talk to somebody about it. I don't know what I'm kidding.
Can you be his therapist?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Great questions. All right. What's your name? Where are you from?
Melissa from Tampa, Florida.
Wow.
I have fans.
A couple people know you.
Yeah. So I was wondering, what, if anything, do you guys do to stay healthy on tour? And Haley, I was wondering how you maintain great vocal health, and if there are like any foods you can't eat or anything that negatively impacts that.
Well, if it's not vegan, I mean, count that out. I like to play tennis and go on runs. That makes me feel better working out, even though the show's kind of a workout for me, but yeah. Next person?
I've never been good at it, and I'm still not good at it. And I actually started eating vegan. It's the closest I've got.
You're doing great at it. Just a little encouragement for you there. You're doing a great job. So vocally, I've felt really good this past year, and then I got really sick on the last tour, and I've been super frustrated because I got home and then all of a sudden there was like crazy pollen in the air, so I just feel like I've been sick for a month now. But typically, I think the most important thing that's changed my life is just writing songs that aren't, it doesn't have to be so angry. It doesn't mean that I can't express anger, but for a long time, the only way I knew how to express anything was to yell it and scream it. And I think that I'm actually so glad that Brand New Eyes happened, because I think I might have died if I didn't get some of that out the way that it came out. But you know, and obviously we were playing a lot heavier. Like you think about Careful, it's like so heavy, and I mean even Let the Flames Begin and how that kind of evolved on the road. It all kind of was influenced by this energy, and there was a lot of tension all the time. So not having that tension there, not being so stressed about the things that are going on interpersonally within the band has helped. I think just taking care of my mind has helped my voice more than anything I've ever done specifically for my vocal cords. Because man, I spent like years going to doctors, like scoping my throat and going up my nose with a tube and like taking tons of pills like for acid reflux or whatever, but nothing has helped as much as just taking care of my mind and being not stressed, and then writing these songs from a different place. So yeah, I haven't, other than just getting sick, like I guess I mean I try to eat healthy and do workouts when I think about it, but the show is kind of, I mean even though we're not like thrashing, the show's still a workout. It's crazy. Yes, mental health.
Yeah. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, where are you from?
My name's Steve. I'm from Cork in Ireland.
Hello.
Wow, welcome.
Yeah, and can I just thank Luke and Alyssa back there from Six Man, basically keeping me alive in this heat for the last
Are
hour.
you okay? Do you need water?
No, I'm fine. They keep me in the shade. They're watering me. They're looking after me.
You're like a little flower.
Plant.
Yeah, that's it. So my question's for Zach. I love that you're directing films and making films, and that's what I do for a living. So I was wondering what film directors out there inspire you?
Oh, thank you everyone for asking me so many things and making me feel nice. I feel really embarrassed that there's a lot of attention on me. Sorry, that's not an answer. But it is really nice. I love you guys and I love everyone here. Everybody's been really welcoming. This is my first one. I have the microphone to say that now. I love Wes Anderson because he, well, do you want to come up and answer it? I mean, you kind of sounded like you just did. Because he, you know, and his third movie, I love that sound. I wish I was recording it. Yeah, he stylistically, and his humor comes across, even in his editing, you know, it's like the way he edits movies is even funny and has a quirk to it. But I also like Richard Linklater because he tells a story with like Dazed and Confused is like the last day of high school, you know? Which my last day of high school was when I was 14. So I didn't really get I was actually that kid, you know how small that kid is? That's how small I was, only I was fat. I was as small as him in life, but not in size. So I like Richard Linklater, Wes Anderson, Will Smith. I don't know if he directs anything. I don't know. The Grinch was fun during Christmas. Happy birthday to you. I don't know what else to say besides happy
Those
birthday.
are good answers.
Good answer.
Those are great answers.
Great answer.
Thank you, man. I feel like I should just like take him for a beer and talk to it because I
Don't be
can't.
self-conscious. Those are great answers you gave.
I feel the same way. I get really nervous.
Well, it's like when someone's like, hey, what have you been listening to lately? And you've been listening to so much music and you go,
Can't
nothing.
think of it.
What do you mean? I don't know.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, my name's Brennan Knight. I'm from Yonkers, New York. I'm hoping Zach didn't answer this, but my question is, what was your first car?
Mine?
Oh, everybody. Everybody.
Mine? I bought my friend's mom's Lexus, like it looked like a bubble. And then I gave it to my brother as a wedding gift, and his wife crashed it and totaled it right away.
That sucks.
That's serious. He asked.
He did. Was it
the bubble car?
Yeah. My first car was a Mazda 626 named Miss Ann. It was my mom's car. I paid off the rest of it. There wasn't a lot left on it.
Is that with all the stickers?
Yeah. She, rest in peace, Miss Ann. I gave her to my sister. Well, first of all, my dad works on cars for a living. So he cut off the entire bumper, the back end, so I could keep all of it because I loved Miss Ann so much, and it had like Friends band stickers and stuff. What are you guys laughing at? Like, this is just
Taylor mailed some to me. It's
this
private.
is my life. This
It's
is my life in
private.
between these two all the time. But Outlaw. That's my dad, Outlaw. So yeah, so the Outlaw, he chopped off the back of my car, and for years I was like, I'm gonna mount it to my wall like a deer head because I love her so much. But instead what I did is I put it in storage, and then we fixed Miss Ann, and then I gave it to my sister Erica for her 16th birthday, and then she eventually died. She cost me so much money.
The car, not her sister.
Oh yeah, thank you. Wow, that was a great clarification. Wow, Erica's
She's dead now. Oh well.
Although I did think that my sister died on the last cruise because she got so drunk that she did almost, I think she was a goner for about 5 minutes.
It's easy to do when you drink alcohol.
It's true. Watch out there. But anyway, so Miss Ann had a good life. She lived with 3 different loving homes, and then she just passed peacefully in a garage one night, and then I don't know what I did after that.
I don't like going after you because you give very long, good answers.
I'll let you go
And
first next time.
I'll follow it up with saying
I just talk too much.
I had a VW Jetta.
It's
smells
so
like crayons.
sensible. It's so
No
sensible
story.
that you had a Jetta. It's like a safe car. It's cool. It's like it's style. It's like it's just a you car.
Thanks.
It's you as a car.
I went on a drive. Are we done? I don't need to tell this next story.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, I got one more. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Carrie Marsteller from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Hi.
My question is, how have the fans changed throughout the years? What have you noticed changing at your concerts? Because most of us have grown up alongside you.
Do you have any after like being like?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like when you were away and you came back, did you have anything?
Yeah, I just felt like everybody grew up with us, you know. I was older, and so were you, and so was the music, and that's what happens when the clock keeps ticking, baby. You know. But it felt like the same energy was there, but it was I don't know. Not everybody was naturally older after 10 years. Is this what happens? It was only 5 that I was gone, but that's all.
Yeah, I feel like these cruises to me are the most like tangible way to see that. And yeah, it's cool. Like you guys are just growing up with us, and I think for so long, I don't know why it felt like things. I think maybe because we also weren't changing a ton as a band, or it was smaller turns or whatever. And I think really since we started doing this cruise and like self-titled, I think it's just is so different every time, which is so cool for us because we're always changing. And just to see you guys growing and become more accepting and gracious and cool with us, and to see you guys loving each other, and like, yeah, I don't know, it's cool. We're just growing together, and that's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah, can I say something before you say something really long?
I'm not. That was a great answer. You're probably gonna give a great answer.
Well, I got on the elevator at the hotel before we came here, and this person said to me, "You ready?" And I was like, "Excuse me, what? Are you ready?" "What? For the boat?" "Yeah. Yeah, I am." "What? Have we met?" You know, it was like we were just friends. It wasn't like, "Oh my God, Zach!" Which is okay, that's fine too. But it was like I've met a couple of, I just call them friends now, but I guess fans or something at Urban Outfitters in England, and they were just normal. They weren't like, it just felt like you guys are friends instead of like, I want to hang out with each one of you, we don't have time. Some of us did it silent disco last night, but I don't like the separation between like a band. I'm just really not that cool. I was telling my friend Joel, I would love to be like Tom York or Julian Casablancas, or have this like mystique about it, but I'm just like so dumb. I'm such a dork, and I'm just okay with it. And hey, thank you, love you too. But it just feels like everybody is even that much more mature and more friendly instead of like trying to rip your head off just to get a photo. And I appreciate you, thank you.
Good question. All right, I got one more. Just one more. I know I've had you up for a while.
Oh my God.
What's your name? Where are you from,
Cookie
sir?
Grand. Mark from Orlando.
It's our manager.
All right, we'll make this quick. Look at that cookie
Okay.
grin. Who let him on stage? Look at that grin. You guys have done so much for us. We want to do a little something for you guys. Hard Times just certified gold, and we have to do a presentation for you guys. Congratulations.
Is this a question?
It's just for you, Zach. Just for you. We have 10 more questions for you, Zach.
How dare you? We love you so much.
Congratulations.
You guys give it up for
Thank you,
Mark
guys.
and our whole team. It's so cool.
Wow. Thank you guys. That's really cool.
No, thank you, Haley. Thank you, Taylor. And thank you, Zach. I'm happy you're having a great first cruise. Welcome aboard. Thank you all for spending time with us, hanging out.
I'm having a little bit too much fun.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay.
Keep going. Just keep going, man. You'll know when.
Yeah, I have to keep going.
Everybody, get in the picture. You're all in there. Get in there. One more, just one more. All right, everybody, here we go. Picture, picture, picture. Nice. Ladies, gentlemen, and furries, give it up once more for Paramore. If you see them around, say hey, and say hey to everybody else out here. More stuff coming, lots more stuff coming. Go get some water.